Hi guys, just got back with the Jogio, the assistant, and looking at what he got. I'm like, okay, there we go. He got some nice port wine and some sherry, Fino sherry, which is fine. Fino means fine. Papo de Neuf for the French wine tasting, which we'll have this week. He got some Marlborough Pinot Noir. Is this one from Marlborough? Yeah, this is Marlborough Pinot Noir, which is very, very nice. New Zealand wine. It's another French wine that we're gonna have from Saint Emilion. We're gonna be tasting that. Before you see this, actually, you're gonna be tasting those. It's very difficult. Some Canadian ice wine. Yeah, oh yeah. And we got two French reds, which we're gonna taste. Well, we tasted, I should say. Talk in the past, we tasted this last week was the two French ones. Chateau de Pope, which is a chateau, the Castle of the Pope, is a very nice one, and the Saint Emilion, a vineyard I'm not familiar with, but it should be good. Looking for a New Zealand or Australian white wine. We only got one, at least got one from Marlborough, which is fine. And the Chenin Blanc, it's not, but it's a little difficult. He's doing the ordering. Usually I ran to Costco and picked up what I found, and then researched it at that point. I can only research this when he gets it. And
clear up the closing doors, please.
Well, I got a phone call. I'm sorry, but
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
send message. There we go. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Anyway, so this semester is a little different. They bring it in, and then I have to find out if it's good or bad. It's kind of hard. It's a little difficult for me. So this class we're going to have. When you see this, the following week we're going to have the New Zealand Australian tasting. We got a New Zealand wine. Hopefully, it gets an Australian wine or another New Zealand or another New Zealand. As long as we have two, I want two in each tasting. That's very important, I think, to counterpoint. And if you know by now, usually I go expensive and cheap, and then you guys kind of pick out which one you like better. And generally, it comes out the inexpensive. I'm not saying cheap wines, but anything like around, over Monin or over is drinkable. 5,000 Monin and up is getting a little pricey. French wines, obviously, they're a little more expensive. But the quality is usually there, that's for sure. New World wines are generally cheaper, that's for sure, even if the quality, like the Chilean wine, so the quality of a Chilean wine, I find, is outstanding for the price. So it's very important to consider that. So far, the wines that we tasted too, you guys seem to more enjoy the middle of the road ones. So we got some sparkling wines coming in. We got some French Moët Chandon. I don't know if I took a picture of that, Moët Chandon. And then I'm looking for a sparkling not domestic, like a California sparkling wine or something like that. To counterpoint. It's always good to have a counterpoint that way. Coffee mix. I like coffee mix. Hot ice cream. I call it hot ice cream, melted ice cream. And it tastes like ice cream. Gives you a good charge. So, the following video is going to be 3 videos following this one. One is on Australian wines, basically a walkabout on Australian wines, which once again, a funny history, up and down in quality, that's for sure. New Zealand wines, which even to my understanding is extremely new. Their regulations are extremely new. I'm very surprised. When they talk about things like in the 70s, 80s, and even into the 90s, 1990s, that they actually laying down some laws and stuff. I'm very surprised at that. Considering wines itself is an extremely old product. Hammurabi even had codifications on winemaking. So it's interesting New Zealand just has that. Then a video called The Thirsty Traveler. Now I have this whole series, and this guy, it's an old series. I wish they'd bring it back or update it or anything like that. He travels around the world going to places, and he comes to South Korea, and they do soju. So he's thirsty traveling. So he goes to New Zealand, and they talk about food and a little about culture and everything like that. I find it a very enjoyable series. I should root around to see what else I have on that. Only because they're fun. You tell me if you like him or not, or if you can understand him. He's American, so his English is you're pretty familiar with his English. Because sometimes British English is a little heavy, even for me. So. And that will be the third video, and no note taking on that, on these, anything like that. Yeah, things like if I put cheese, I think I have to ask you guys face to face, beer and whiskey. If you want to, those are as supplementary videos. Those are just extra videos that have nothing to do with the wine class, but it's alcohol related, and I think anything alcohol related should be covered in school. Now, I don't think in school you learn a lot about whiskey making or beer making or anything like that, but as culinarians, people that are going to be in the food and beverage industry, even if you're not in the line working, cooking, you might be in sales, you might be in a hotel, you might be in food and beverage department. You should know, you should have a working knowledge of this stuff. That's what school is all about. School doesn't make you an expert. Though it's the sommelier class. Oh, monsieur is a sommelier. Nah, we can't cover that. Too much. Especially when you look at some of the wine laws, and really restrictive wine laws are very bizarre. So I don't want to go there. I hope you agree with me with that. But if you were interested in one of the students looking at the mid test study cheese. I'm sorry. I have to make that very clear. Those videos are for your enjoyment, basically. They're to supplement your education so you'll be a better chef. That's all, okay? And that has anything to do with the test material. All the test material will deal with wine and wine production, wine types, wine varietals, that kind of thing. Nothing really to do with cheese. I'm sorry, I should have. But we're getting some brie. Oh, we'll have some brie. This is a week later. I ordered some brie for the class, which is a semi-ripened soft cheese, right? I don't know what quality or where it's from, but hopefully it's French. Some baguettes. Well, you know this already. You ate it already. But by the time you see this, you say, "Oh, we did this already." I know. Sorry. I'm recording this a week ahead. Tomorrow is the French tasting, so I just have to post this for next week. If you have any questions, once again. I'll see you in class. Take care. Bye-bye.